Okay. Book of the week, Count Your Blessings by Dr. John Demartini. Welcome, everybody. It's Jason Barlow, RMT, and I'm here today as your therapist and as your coach to help you transform your stress, tension, and pain into health, happiness, and vitality. Every week, I'm sharing with you what I've learned over the past 2 decades, personally, professionally, and how I've helped people transform their stress, tension, and pain and turned it and helped them learn how to continuously turn it into more expression of health, happiness, and vitality. Every Friday, I'm sharing with you one of my books of the week. Today, I'm bringing you one of Dr. Demartini's, and he's got multiple books out there. I centered on this one for a particular reason. So Dr. John Demartini, he's a human behavioral specialist, travels around the world studying and researching and teaching his philosophies. And I had the good fortune to listen and learn from him in Calgary here, probably about 8 years ago coming on. And he has a program called the Breakthrough Experience. So I attended this particular program to really understand more about his philosophies and how what I could take away from there, it would help me personally, as well as help my patients. And that's essentially what I do on a daily basis. By way of books, I can't tell you the last time I read a fictional book. We were having a conversation yesterday with my friend, and he's like, you don't really like fiction. It's not necessarily I don't like fiction. I just don't make time to put fiction into my life because I'd rather be taking in material that's going to help me work and serve you more, as well as help myself with respect to my health and happiness. And so this particular book comes from Demartini, and his program, The Breakthrough Experience. I had the good fortune of seeing his work at play. He actually asked people around the room to raise their hands. I think the association was death, like who's had an encounter with, somebody they've lost somebody, family member that's died on them, or recent experience of, and so this lady put her hand up and she came to the front, and he worked with her for probably 2 hours. We watched how he did his work, essentially through questions and then helping guide people. And all of his methodologies are taught in his books. The other great book is The Breakthrough Experience. I'll share with you another week. But I got to witness within 2 hours this lady who initially, and just a year prior, her and her 3 kids were in a train wreck. She got out relatively unscathed. Her eldest son survived. I believe he was like 15. And he came out with a broken leg maybe, and she lost 2 daughters. And so she was obviously still dealing with the terrible experiences that she felt she was going through, and the loss, right? The grief and the loss. And so Dr. Demartini brought her up, and initially when she talked about her daughters, obviously tears flooding and reminiscing the experience that she'd had just a year prior. Now, just to kind of give you a little bit of groundwork of Dr. Demartini's work, whatever it is that we've gone through in life, from his point of view, and I firmly believe too, are experiences. They're done, they're gone. We can't do anything about them. All we can do is be in the present moment and transform the way that we look at those experiences. That's the essence of Dr. John Demartini's work, is transforming any stressing into a blessing. That's why this book is called Count Your Blessings. And so this lady had gone through 2 hours working with Dr. Demartini. And by the end of the 2 hours, and this might be hard for some of you to take on board, but just roll with it, that she was able to talk about her daughters without any tears, without any remorse, without any guilt, without any grief. And she was actually able to share what the benefits were from having gone through that experience. Right? And being a parent, you instantly go, there's no benefits to that. And that's the essence of Dr. Demartini's work, is there's balance in all areas of life, but our perceptions tip that balance one way or the other, and we're not finding harmony. And as a result, we can carry lots of baggage through our life, and it can have, as I shared with you before, manifestations on a physical level. Our physiology, our biology is wired into our mind and our emotions. And the two go hand in hand. There's a huge relationship. So count your blessings. I'll just read a little bit here. The summary: are you really living or barely breathing? Do you feel sick, run down, anxious, or low? In this remarkable book, Dr. Demartini reveals the connection between health and state of mind. The old adage about making the most of what you've got forms the basis of 25 principles that will help you live a healthy and fulfilling life. Through real-life examples, exercises, meditations, and affirmations, Dr. Demartini shows you how you can use and develop your own inner resources just by living in the present moment. If you've ever been to my clinic, as soon as you're coming down the main stairs, there's a beautiful quote, and it's in big bold letters, and it says, "Be here now." Where did your mind go after I said that? Was it still here? Was it still present? Or did it swing to, oh, it's 12:45 here in Canada, it's lunchtime? This is our mind being preoccupied and distracted. And Dr. Demartini talks about the mind. He talks about how to control it and ultimately how to transform any stressing into a blessing. Wonderful book. Highly recommend it. Within it, you'll also find out how to turn any stressful situation into an inspiring learning experience. This was so profound. It's something I've taken away from Dr. Demartini's great research. That's something I've also learned through Buddhist meditations about transforming the way that you look at the challenges that are coming up in your life. And if you don't have any right now, just wait. That's not to put it down on your day. It's just the inevitabilities of life. We go through these cycles, and we all have them in various scales. But two people can have a very similar experience in life, but the way they come out of it can be very different too. Why? Based on how they view those experiences they've gone through. Transform the negativity of your fears and problems into positive actions. Discover your goals and stick to them. Learn to love what you do and create more loving relationships. If any of that strikes a chord with you, go get his book, Dr. Demartini, Count Your Blessings. You should also, if you haven't, go get my free digital book. It's not going to be free for that much longer. All you have to do is go to my website, and from my website, which is www.jasonbarlowrmt.com, from there you can download a free digital PDF, download it onto your smartphone or onto your laptop computer. You just need Adobe Acrobat to be able to read it. If you have any problems, just send me an email to info@jasonbarlowrmt.com. I love what I do, and I want to share that information with you. The essence of Dr. Demartini's work, I package that into my book. I'm condensing it into as small a number of steps as possible. That's why it's called the 15-Step Playbook for Pain Relief. If you prefer to have the physical copy, because I know some of you do, and I'm a book collector too, you can just go to Amazon and put in the 15-Step Playbook for Pain Relief. It'll pop up, order it. It gets printed by Amazon, and it'll be with you within the next 5 to 7 days, no matter where you are in the world. It's pretty outstanding when you think about it. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you found benefit from that. And remember, your muscle health is my #1 priority. And we'll see you again on Monday. Take care and have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.